As I mentioned, the voting across the country's 13,134 polling stations, it will close at 4 p.m. local time today. Vote counting is expected to start around 9:30 p.m. About 17 million of Sri Lanka's 22 million people are eligible to vote. The election results will be declared on Sunday. A total of 38 candidates are vying for the position in the South Asian nation, where incumbent President Ranil Wickremesinghe is running for re-election as an independent candidate. Now, to discuss this further, we are now being joined by Dasuni Athoda. Thank you so much for joining us, Dasuni. As I mentioned, Sri Lanka is voting for its next president. What can you tell us about the candidates who are in the fray and how they are positioned?
Well, like I mentioned, there are three top candidates as of right now, and that is incumbent President Ranil Wickremesinghe, the leader of the opposition, Sajith Premadasa, as well as the leader of the National People's Power Movement, Anura Kumara Dissanayake. Now, it will be a tight race between these three candidates, and there's also this massive discussion that there is a very high possibility that for the first time in Sri Lanka's history, none of these three candidates would be able to garner a 50% majority, which means, once again, for the first time in Sri Lanka's election history, preferential voting system will come into play and will result in declaring a winner for this particular election. I'm currently at another polling station, and just so you know, that the energy here is quite electric because young and old alike are coming into these polling stations early in the morning to cast their vote.
Right, absolutely, Dasuni. Now, what do you think is the reason for this, that there is no one clear front runner? Of course, we know that Sri Lanka has endured crippling economic woes. It's still dealing from it. What are the voter sentiments going into the polls? What are they looking for?
I mean, the reason for this to be such a tightly contested election is purely because of what transpired in 2022. That resulted in a lot of power between certain prominent political parties diminishing, which is why a majority of these candidates have now formed alliances, especially that of the president as well as that of Sajith Premadasa, who are contesting with alliances. And also to keep in mind that 2019 presidential election, if we take a look at that, there were two prominent parties, and the winner, that was from the Sri Lanka Podu Jana Perumuna, President Gotabaya Rajapaksa. So that particular party, as of right now, is not as powerful as it once was before, because the presidential candidate from that party is Namal Rajapaksa, who many believe and a lot of analysts predict will not be polling in those top three frontrunner positions.
All right, well, Dasuni, thank you so much for bringing us the latest on this. We'll, of course, continue to track all the developments through the course of the day with you there. For latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.